Hi Chamber family. Today I'm going to show you how to log directly into the Chamber website and add your events to our online calendar. This is good because it's going to create some positive publicity that you control and going to make your event searchable online, not only on our website but through search engines like Google. To start, you want to visit the Chamber website, which is littleriverchamber.org. Underneath the Members menu, you want to hover and go to Member Login. Then you're going to use the username and password that you created. If you never created one, you're going to need to contact us directly. We can either email you a link to create your own password or we can set a temporary one for you over the phone. It's going to look a little different when you're logged in, and that's how you know you're in the right place. If you've seen my previous videos, you know a lot of what you're going to use is either in this top bar or on the sidebar underneath shortcuts. Since we're creating an event, we want to click on Events and then focus on these two blue buttons. As you can see, it's Add Event and Manage Events. So yes, you will be able to go back and edit your events if you need to. So we're going to click Add Event. And so we're basically just going to fill out this form and click Submit for approval, and that'll notify the Chamber staff, and 99.99% of the time we're going to approve it. But I'm going to go ahead and walk you through the form just in case. So for the event title, you're going to add something that makes sense to your event. And you're probably going to uncheck all day event and put your starting and ending at time. If your event goes all day but only while you're open, you could put your business hours. And then for reoccurrence, you could do daily, weekly, or monthly. So daily is good if maybe it's every day for a week, or weekly is good if it's every Tuesday. And then monthly is good is if maybe it's on the second day of the month or regularly on the last Thursday or whatever it is. I don't recommend submitting annual events because chances are you're going to forget that you even set it up, and your information at some level is going to change. You're going to change some part of your event, which is normal and what you should do, but you're probably going to forget that to come back and update it. So in the description, you want to put as much information as possible. If you remember who, what, where, when, why. You want to let your potential customers or event goers know why they want to come. You also want them to know who can come. You know, is it a children's event, adults only? What are the activities going to be? The meta description is going to show up on search engine pages, like if somebody was Googling for events in the area. So you're probably not going to see it on your event page, but you still want to write actual sentences that make sense because it will be a person reading them. You can also copy and paste this and put it underneath search description. This is specific to searches on the Chamber website. This feature doesn't get used a whole lot, but if you're taking the time to write a meta description, you can usually at least just copy the first sentence and paste it here. For the location, date and time, fees and admission, again, be as clear as possible, and you probably should have written it in the description, but you're going to type it out again. Remember, you're trying to convince the general public to come to you, so you want to make it as easy as possible for them. If this location is at your business, you're going to type out your business name and list the address that you're located at. And then this is also a great place to put site information like landmarks if you're hard to find, or stuff like additional parking in this area. Be as clear as possible. If it's a free event, put free. If it's not, put how much it is. Contact information, again, you're going to put public contact information. So put probably a phone number that you don't mind people calling. Same with your email, and then website URL. You can link to your business's website, or if you have an event page created on your website, you want to link to that specific page. Event categories, you're welcome to click as many as are relevant to you. So don't click them all, but as many that are relevant, and you're not going to click this one because that one's for me. But all of the other ones you're welcome to. Photos and images is part of the Enhanced Directory add-on package. That is an optional fee on your yearly invoice. So if you see this, you have the enhanced option enabled. And if you're a new member and just joined this year, then you're going to see this because we go ahead and give that to you your first year so you can try before you buy. To kind of show you where these will show up so you know what you're working on is the event header photo is very finicky, and it should show up right here. but it's very particular about what actually does work and show up. The recommended size is 1200 pixels by 220. The main photo is what shows up right here. The search results logo is not quite as relevant because of the way we set our pages up, but if you're into SEO, you might want to add your logo anyways, just in case it shows up on a Google search. Gallery photos will show up at the bottom, and so if you add more than one, then they'll display here and people will use the arrows to get to them. For map service, I highly recommend just clicking Google Maps and adding in your address of where the event will be hosted. This will then add a link underneath location to view a map. So again, we want to make it as easy as possible for people to find us. And then again, the YouTube video is also part of the Enhanced Directory add-on package, and you can only link to a YouTube video, so you have to put the URL here. Once you've finished, you're going to submit for approval. The chamber staff will get a notification and will generally approve it within 2 business days, but usually much sooner. If you ever need to manage your events, you're again going to log in, click on Events, and then go to the Manage Events button. And then all of your events will show up here. And I'm just borrowing Thomas Real Estate since they're so good about adding events to our website. So these are the list of the events they have added. So if you do really similar events all the time, you could actually just hit copy and then make the necessary edits. But if for some reason we need to edit this specific event, we actually are just going to click it, and then we can make the necessary edits as needed. And then at the bottom, we again will have to submit for approval. And so the chamber staff will have to reapprove these, so you might want to keep that in mind with business hours. So that's how you add events to the chamber website. And again, that's good to help get your information out online, but also whenever the chamber needs to pull content for some of our outside marketing, like in our local newspapers, it's generally going to be from member submitted content to the chamber website, like events, deals, news releases, etc. So if you have any additional questions, please feel free to call us at 843-249-6604 or send me an email at izzy@littleriverchamber.org.